everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today in this short little video where I'm just going to be sharing with you how I decorate my home with natural, plastic-free or functional, healthy decorational items. So I'm just going to start here in my bedroom. I have previously shown you or talked about my salt lamps in previous videos. In my first ever video, How to Purify Your Home, I mentioned my love for salt lamps, and I have two on either side of the bed. I really wanted to go for this minimalist, simplistic look. I think they're really beautiful, and recently I finally came across a really good way to protect the surfaces that they sit on, because they do have a tendency to cry or to kind of run if the salt, because they're a completely natural product, the salt can melt a little bit and it runs down. You can see here it's kind of stained the wooden base of the lamp. But I found these Cork Mats actually in Ikea. They are the perfect kind of size. It's really hard to find large round ones, and so these are a perfect addition. They fit in with the natural colour scheme that I like to have in my home, and so yeah, they are a favourite of mine to decorate the house, and they're also obviously functional at the same time. And then over here, this is probably one of the more rarer areas where I actually have some kind of store-bought ornaments. So this one, I don't remember where it came from, but I really like the unusual kind of brassy gold colour. These two wooden little Buddhas were from a festival that I went to, so they have a sentimental value, and the wooden heart, I'm considering donating that to charity, although it is still functional due to it being a tea light holder. So but yes, so everything I own I tend to try and make sure that it's repurposed or has, like I say, a sentimental value or a functional value due to embracing a more minimalist lifestyle. And then here is my new aloe vera plant in this lovely wicker pot. I absolutely love aloe vera, and I do occasionally use it on my skin or my hair as well. I'll just take you over here to one of my favourite plants, and that is my lily. This one's just started sprouting or blooming an actual flower. It kind of went a bit dead over the winter, and then just suddenly they come out of nowhere. They're so beautiful. They're really good for the air, purifying your home, and they're just so luscious, and I love the green vibrancy that they add to the home. Up here is the only canvas I actually have. I used to own, I would say, a good 15 canvases, and I was obsessed with them. And since I embraced minimalism and moved into this new house, I decided that, well, for a start, we're not really allowed to put much up on the walls. And so I just thought, is there really that much need? I'll hold on to this one because it is of sentimental value. But yeah, so that's the only actual one that I have hanging up now. I used to have, like I say, at least 15 in my old house. Looking back, I think it was a bit cluttered and a bit unnecessary. And I like the kind of cleaner, crisp look that this gives off. And over here, a bit like my windowsill, is one of really the only places where I have, again, shop bought memorabilia, but there is a reason for that. So this here again is a functional item. It's a candlelight holder, and this also came with the wooden Buddhas that I bought when I was at a festival several years ago. This is the other canvas that I've kept that I've decided not to put up, again in line with the kind of scheme of this bedroom. And it's really cute. I love the gold and the speckles, and it's very kind of random. None of them were the same, so I'm keeping that one for now. I'm choosing to stand it up on there. I thought it would change the look up a little bit. This box here is the most precious thing that I own. This contains things from my mum that I recovered when I went to her funeral over in France. That's the only kind of memories that I have left of her. So this tiny little box here is extremely valuable, and of sentimental meaning to me. In here is a little box. I think I got this from I tried to lift that, from a previous job that I used to work in, where they sold kind of rustic, quirky pieces of home decorations and things like that. So I fill this with little pebbles and shells, and sometimes feathers in there that I collect as I go along when I go for walks and things like that. So just as a nice way to hold natural memorabilia, I guess. Again, these were from my previous job where these came from. I think I got them at a discount. They've got some random keys and buttons and things like that in. And then this again is a shop bought item, sorry, but it is very functional. And it contains the last half a dozen pair of earrings that I own that I am currently clearing out. So this will become empty, so I will either find a use for it or I will donate it. And then over here I have my favourite Buddha. It's quite large. I don't really know whether you can tell the size of it in the video, but my dad gave me this for my birthday a couple of years ago. I really love this Buddha. It was purchased from a charity shop, and it has kind of gone everywhere with me when I've moved. And then in here, the second or third plant in the main bedroom on this repurposed stool that we bought secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. And this is a snake plant. This is one of my favourites. Still going strong. I'm very new really to owning houseplants, so I'm still learning how to care for them individually. You know, every plant is different, but yeah, this adds a lovely burst of greenness again. So I'm just going to pop over to the bathroom now. Okay, so in the bathroom here, really minimalist again. This is a snake plant. I hope that you can see this. The lighting from the window isn't really helping, but yeah, I really like this one. This is a new one, and I have another one in the kitchen which I'll show you in a moment. This is a recycled plastic plant pot from Ikea. They use, I'm not sure whether it's recycled bottles or what it is, but it is a recycled pot. A really large stone that was picked up from the beach, which is also really handy for putting bar soap on. And over here, again, shells recovered from beach visits. I did spray this one in gold, which in hindsight, this was a couple years ago, in hindsight probably ruined it, but never mind. And then just a glass bottle of shells with a cork top. This is from a shop, but this was a long time before I started going on my kind of eco repurposing journey. So yeah, I think it's really pretty, and it's in line with my very minimalist bathroom. So I'm going to head over now to the other rooms of the house. Just in the spare room here, a very simple little, I can't quite remember the Dory, okay. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but yeah, I really like this one. It's kind of very wispy and thin. It's a lot more delicate looking than most of the plants I have in the house. So yeah, this one just, again, trying to purify every room in the home. I'm just going to go into the lounge now and show you the rest of it. Okay, so in the lounge I've got the second of my third lilies. One of them was in the bedroom that I showed you there, and the other one here on a stool. I kind of really like this look, and it goes from being a really big white blank wall to kind of adding this lovely burst of colour that I really like. And then just over here is another one. The flowers are coming out beautifully now. They kind of seem to die for a while, peace lilies, and then they come back to life. So this is really beautiful having these blooming at the moment. I'm really grateful for these. They look gorgeous. And I feel like there's another one hiding somewhere else. Can't remember where it is. But yeah, I really like this rested on this speaker here. I think that's quite quirky. And then over here I have a little salt lamp. This one actually came from my partner's previous home that he bought once I told him all about the benefits and the beauty of salt lamps. And then over here, you'll have to excuse the dust. Kind of struggling at the moment to do everything with one hand and find time for housework as well. But yeah, just some, gosh, that does look dusty. Just some salt tea light holders. There's no tea lights in them at the moment, but yeah, this is another functional but at the same time healthy item, decorational item that I love to have in my home. The two little glass ones are from my partner's previous home, and they are plastic free, so they've stayed with us for now, but they don't really get used that often, in all honesty. And then up here on the windowsill I have a orchid that unfortunately has died on me. All of the flowers fell off. I don't know whether I'm just terrible with houseplants or whether they are quite a tricky plant to look after, but this was the first real orchid I'd ever owned. So I'm learning as I go along. Like I say, I'm relatively new to owning houseplants. And like everything, you just have to kind of learn as you go along. But yeah, this is another similar to in the bedroom. This is actually a repurposed jar. I think this may have been a pasta jar or something and the lid broke. Sorry about the traffic noise outside. And what I do again is just whenever we go for a walk, or I see something that I like that's really pretty, that just is a nice way to store memorabilia without kind of having to go to a shop and buy, you know, typical trinkets and touristy things like that. I prefer to just do it myself. And then again here, another salt tea light holder, and this amber glass bottle is from a vegan restaurant that we visited when we went on a bit of a vegan weekend when we first went vegan just under a year ago. I think it was in Brighton. I'm a real fan of amber glass, so this seemed like quite a cool, quirky thing to bring back. Gives it, you know, it's repurposing it, and it saves going to the shop and filling my home with store-bought things that don't really have too much sentimental value. That's how I like to try and do things. And then this is our biggest plant. I don't know what the name of this plant is. This was my partner's plant. He hadn't really done a very good job of it, so I've given it a bit of a haircut recently, hoping to bring it back to life. I could class this floor lamp also as a decorational item, I guess. And then over here, my favourite salt lamp. I'm just trying to swap hands to see if I can turn this on for you. I can't really do it with my bad hand, but yeah, look at that, it's so lovely. Let me see if I can. I love it. It's so beautiful, and it's just gives off a really lovely calming effect. Like I said, I've mentioned that in my first video that I ever made, which was about purifying your home. These are really great for that, and they're also a nice way to have a night light as well, if that's, or just a mood light, if that's something that you like. And then here I have another plant that I'm struggling with a little bit, if I'm honest. I don't know what's the name of this one. Let me see if I can. I don't want to be using that hand too much, but yeah, another salt tea light holder in there, and another plant that I'm trying my best to look after. And then I'm just going to head over to the kitchen now. And so just on my kitchen here, I have another snake plant. I think this is a snake plant, similar to the one, it was the same one as in the bathroom, but this one has gone a little bit rogue. It's a little bit wild, and I'm not quite sure how to contain that. So if you have any tips on this, please do let me know in the comments section. Again, another one of these recycled plastic pots. And then, to be honest, I do consider my washing up liquid, my homemade spray bottle, and my DIY hand soap bottles as decoration items too. I really think that they fit in with the style of my home, and they're very minimalist, and again, they're amber glass, so I think they're really beautiful in themselves. And of course they're functional. And then just over by the bookshelf, which I'll go over to now just for the last part of this video. And so yeah, over here just on our bookshelf we have camera's struggling to focus, sorry about that. We have an aloe vera plant that really was on its last legs. It had like a couple stumps left in it, and they were really brown and it was almost dead. I used them for my skin and my hair, and I managed to bring it back to life. Absolutely, just the power of plants is just amazing, and I just love having them around the home. It's so beautiful. I can't believe how much it's regrown. It was literally about to go in the compost, so yeah, I'm really pleased with that one coming back to life. And then this is a new purchase, which although yes, that does mean I've acquired something new and brought something new into my home, I don't have any like this, and I think it's really cute. And so over here is my last salt tea light holder with a little glass dish in the top where you pop essential oils in, and that serves as a nice kind of light as well as a room scent as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to do my best to film videos with my other hand in a cast without being in too much pain, so I appreciate your patience. Please do subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.